Hello everybody, Sante Savvy here, watercolor tutorials. Today I'm going to do a lighthouse, and I have on my list all these things in order from what my friends have suggested on Facebook. So this is the lighthouse that I am drawn to. This one right here. I find it, oh boy, I'm wobbling. I find it very rustic looking for some reason. I'm drawn to it. So I'm going to do my version of this. I just scroll on Pinterest for ideas and then I'm like, ooh, I like that one. I'll do it. So I'm going to put my phone here, and this is my 7x10 watercolor. I've got my small, medium, large ready with water and my paper towel and my paint. And I have a small ruler that I'm going to use and my pencil and eraser. So I'm going to go ahead, and I think I want it's pretty centered, but just off-centered a little bit. Usually you don't center things. If you do water, it's not right in the middle of the paper. It's usually up to the bottom where you have more sky, or up to the top where you have less sky but more water and earth. Never really in the middle. So my lighthouse is not going to be right in the middle of the paper. It's going to be off-centered a little bit. And this one is pretty straight, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. So do I want it that big? Yes. This is right now I'm doing from here to here, and in like from here to here. So in my head, I'm leaving enough room for all that and all that. And it's also going to be much bigger because it's on a bigger paper. So, and then I'm going to see, okay, how wide is it? For my picture, I'm going to make it, this one's a bit on an angle, so this one will make a bit on an angle too. Not perfect. If I do my line and I don't like it, I'll just erase it. So I eyeball things. Not sure how else to do it. So I'm happy with that. They're not totally straight. They're a bit on an angle. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to zoom in. And from here, I'll just put my picture here so you can see. Excuse me. I'm going to do the bottom. So they're about the same length. Yeah. Oops, it's not locked. Let me lock that. Let me lock that like that. That way it won't stop shifting. I'm going to connect these two, but with a slight curve, because my lighthouse is round, and it comes. Let me zoom in so you can see closer. It kind of makes a loop around it. So you'll see it'll go around the building, and then it'll come down, and then I'll make another one. Here, it goes down on this edge. So now it looks like it's looping around the building. This line comes down straight here. Why is this never locking? This is not cool. Okay. And then on the picture, there's another one right underneath it. So I'm going to just make it a bit round here, about the same size as the other one. And I'll make it like that again. I'll connect the two. Okey-dokey. And then I have this part here that just kind of comes down like that. Now, if you look here, the proportion, these are all about the same size. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a bit bigger. That's okay. Oops, I made my lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one I'll put a bit lower. There. So right now I'm focusing on here. I'll zoom out a bit because that's very close. Looking at my picture, I can't put my picture and this at the same time, so you just got to follow what I'm doing, I suppose. I have this part here, not sure what that is. It looks like it's a supporting wall. And this is such a tiny lighthouse right about here. I'm looking at my picture. I have this tiny door with a roof. Can I zoom? Oh, I can. So the peak of the door ends up lining up with that. So then I know that here's the peak of my door will be about here, and it comes out like that. And it's a bit on like a upside down A-frame, a bit on an angle. And then I'm going to do flush with this line, almost like parallel, and then like that. So they're meeting up like a trapeze. I don't know what that is. It's not a trapeze. Anyway, and then there, I've got my line. That's my roof. Then it comes down a little bit. Here and here and here. I may have even made this too big, but we'll see. This goes up like that. And then have a line here. Line comes down here, and my door is inside it. Oh, for crying out loud. I don't like this. Sorry, it's all blurry. Okay, now I should stop blurring, I think. So I'm going to make my line, my door. The door goes down. And it has a little latch here, square. I don't know, that's not actually on the picture, but that's what I'm doing. And then there's a stairway. This is a very detailed picture. So you could just make it more simple. And the door would come down to here. That's a much bigger door than in the picture. Maybe not. Anyway. So I'm going to do... I guess I'm doing right into the stair detail here. Stairs. This is going to come down. I'm not sure how the heck you're going to copy this, but this is just how I'm going to show it, I suppose. So there's bumpy lines because it's rocks into the building. It goes all bumpy. Okay, I'll stop there for now for that. It's a little tricky. I'm not, just stop and rewind if you need to. Or just make a plain square door into the building. That's fine too. So my line will come down here. And right here from about that, I'll pretend there's a line here. I think I made it too much detail there. This is going to make come all the way down to here. In the back here, it's out that way and then this way. So it's not a full circle. And then here, zoom this out a bit, zoom this out. You meet the line here all the way to over here. So pretend it's the same. Okay, and then it's gonna have to be here. So this, I kind of made this wrong, I suppose. Oh, it's because there's steps there. So we stop this here. It's gonna make a railing here. So steps are there, so I should erase that. And then there's a big step here, and then it goes down. Oh, it's not straight down. Same over here. Okay, this is going down off in big rocks, off into the rocks, you'll see. There. This goes off here, and this goes down. Both go down about the same direction. Okay, now here do a straight line, pencil, and there's like it's not even a perfect line. See, look at this. I'm doing the railing. Whoa, you can't even see it on there. Oh no, well there's a railing there. You can't see it focusing on my phone. There it is. Okay, it's not perfectly straight. So I'm going to focus back on my picture. Maybe it should be straight though. It's kind of weird that it's not, but maybe it's been old and battered by the waves, so it's not perfect. I'll put a couple of lines like that, and seems to me like the fence comes like another circle, and it goes all the way up to the stair line here, because the stairs have a fence going down. So I apologize if this is very complicated. I'm not really sure how else to explain it. So here I pretended that the line kept going and they connect because it's the other side of it. Okay, I'm making my fence. Here will be about all the same distance. Fence, fence, fence line. And here, see the railings go down here, so I'll just make some fence lines. Something like that. We'll focus on the bottom later, but look at that. So it's like there's the fence that the railings go over the steps. Zoom back out. This is a little off. It should be more straight. Okay. Okay. This part here, actually, now that it's right, but I might be a little off. I'm gonna make a round. This is the end of the lighthouse right here, because there's got to be a place to walk around it. Something like that. Okay, this part here has not perfect line, but like that. And then the rest will detail that after. And then I'll do rocks here. So just big mountain-esque rocks. And it looks like the steps go, I don't know, I'm gonna make a bridge. There's no bridge there, but I'm not sure what's in the picture, so. And then I'll make posts. There. Got my hanging bridge. I should have zoomed that, sorry. So I'm gonna hook that from there, there. And I did like a lines hanging bridge, and then there'd be like rocks under it. More rock. Zoom out. I'm gonna need a professional photographer one day. So that's my rocks for now. Now I'm gonna focus on the top here. So I have my little lines that I did. Try to, if you want, take a piece of paper and put it on it so you're not pushing your hand on it and making a mess. So I'm going to use this line and I'll very gently make a round curve and just focusing. Okay, and then another round curve, another round curve. I'm just doing this by eye. They're not perfect, but once you paint, they're not perfect anyway. I have a window here. Window here. My pencil's getting not as pointy. So maybe I should sharpen it. But for now, this one here has just one little window. It's a bit wider, more rectangle looking. And I will do line like a just here and here. So that way that you're supposed to see it. No, it's the other way. Sorry. Scratch that. I'm gonna sharpen my pencil. This is my cute little sharpener. It's like Kiker Land. This thing comes out, pulls out, and then you can empty, or pulls down actually. I bought it on Amazon. Battery operated, and it's super cute. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back in here, zoomer, and lock. Okay, so here's my window. I'm going to do like a U here. Wow, that's not straight. U. So you just see, oh, for crying out loud. my 2 lines there, and then straight line. Line. This is just so that you can like see the inside of the window. This will be window here. Just do 1 line, small line. That'll be my windows, and here will be the same thing. Just like that, I think. All right, and then there's a window on this side. So this is about the same length. Takes a lot of pencil work before you do the actual painting. This is a very detailed painting. So this one will do the same thing. Because it's like facing this way. I don't know how to explain. They're not perfect. Definitely not perfect. But once you paint it in, it kind of blends everything. This here, these spaces here will all be black. Very dark. I mean, not totally black, but very dark. Okay. Now that's 3 windows, and then up here, so there's the 3 windows, and then here there's this whole part. So I'm going to do this section here, and I don't know if I actually made enough room up here, so I'm going to maybe even cut out that part and just do the top. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to curve it here. Maybe somebody who worked in a lighthouse. This is bothering me. It's not straight enough. I'm going to make it a bit lower. And because it's round, it's gonna go this way. That. And make it a bit. This is the platform. Perfect line. And then here there's another one. Building continues here, and there's another platform on top. And make it go a bit out, a little square. My hand's smudging the paper. And then here it's a bit smaller again, and then there's another platform. And then there is the top with the weird bubble on the top. Not sure what that is. Okay, now I want my fence. So here's a door. It's for a tiny human. And it's like dark on the inside there. Dark like that. So this is low. Then I'm going to do my fence. It sticks out a bit. And then you make a line from fence to fence. And, oh, okay. Then you make your lines such as this. Right into the door, doesn't matter. Line. And you can tell it kind of goes to the other around. So, okay. It doesn't make sense. There's lines everywhere, but it's a fence. Okay. Then up here there's another one. I guess people go all the way up there. About the same height fence as there, because it's the same height human. Like that. Fence, post. And then the top has like a cross. I like that. And it has like another metal bar. Pretend I know what that is. And it has another little metal bar with a circle. Doesn't really make sense to me, but I could probably take that out too, but whatevs. Here. And there's like a black line there. I don't remember. Okay, so that's the lighthouse. Good enough. Now I'm gonna go in with my paint. Oh, hold on. Look, there's big rocks in the back, so I'm just gonna go. The rocks start about the second one here, so big ziggly lines like that. Actually, it's not that high. It doesn't go all the way up. So So this part here, it starts at that line and then it stops at like the second line. So really it goes like that, something like that. Like that. And very lightly, these are waves. And then I give myself an idea of these waves, just very lightly, just to give myself an idea. And like back here, there's a straight line of water. See, it's not quite centered, it's a bit off. And then there's clouds. This is not blue in my picture. My picture is actually all black and white. I don't know why it's showing blue. That is really confusing. The world. Okay. Oh, maybe if I tap on it here. See, look, it's black and white in my picture. Oh, well. Okay. Now, I'm already 20-minute video. I don't know how you got the patient enough to watch this, but this is just what's gonna happen. I'm gonna start painting it, finally. The better part. I will take my medium brush for this one because I like it. It's never used it. It still has that glue on it to hold the paint hairs together. So I'm gonna wet it, squeeze, and use this one. I might decide to use the other one after. I'm gonna go in and I want to have red, but this one has like orangey red. So I'm gonna use, this is crimson red, and I have some old pink there, but if I use red and orange in it, it'll just like destroy that pink. So it doesn't really matter. That's why I just keep reusing it. So this is orange and red, and I'm gonna add some brown. Brown to make it like a nice rusty color. Let's see, maybe more brown. It's like a darker red, see? So it gets in some green, doesn't matter, some pink that I used to have, but I just always blend. They always have different colors. So I don't want too much paint on my brush. I'm gonna just go in. The bottom one here is red. Oop, I already went to the top. Try to not go into that top line. So very gently, stop there. And then very gently stop here. Now, if I wait too long to spread that line here and here, then it'll just dry like that. I'm just gonna do my, and then I'm gonna pull it quickly. See, it's already almost drying. If I go like that, you'll see it's still there. So you gotta push it around, blend it in. Now I'm gonna wipe my brush a bit because there's so much paint in there. I'm going to see up here too. Just make circles up and down. I'm going to wipe my brush off. I don't want too much paint, and I'm going to leave white behind. And then this one is the other one. You leave white behind, not on the edges, but leave behind. Then just gives it that rustic look. Darker. Okay, wipe my brush off so I can blend these. Child screaming upstairs. Maybe my lighting. I don't know. To figure something out. Maybe if someone's good with lighting, they could teach me. Okay, and then over here is the top one. Goodness me, look at that. I have to go back on the pencil. I forgot. Here's like an old square, whatever that is. Sorry, square. And here's like 2 more windows. Whoa, got windows here. Okay, so we'll do the same thing here. Goodness gracious, I'm getting shaky with my old age. Only 30. Okay, this one here is red. Whoa! Way off the line. Wiped it off there. Maybe it's harder with this paintbrush. Bigger. Now, if you guys want me to teach a very simple watercolor painting of a lighthouse, like a very easy one, I can do that. Like, that would just be a lot easier to follow. This one's very detailed. A very detailed lighthouse. So if you want, I can do another one. Just let me know in the comments if you want. If you'd rather have like a much easier one to do. Still be pretty, but just a lot simpler. Yeah. And I'm gonna make one side a bit darker. Wipe off my brush so I can blend that way. I want one side of my lighthouse to be darker because I'm gonna make my sun come. Actually, should be the other way. Oh man, wipe this off a bit. Wipe it off. Messing you guys up. So I want to get into my color. Make this side of the lighthouse darker. So this is love. And wipe the brush off and pull it a bit that way. Blend it, pull it. And more color and use it all. Orange, red, brown. Down here, I'm going to pull wipe it off and then push it away or pull it in. I wanted that side darker. Oops, I need a perfect line here. Okay, now there's like in the white part, it's not white, it's like brown rusty. So I'm gonna go get, up here I had some old dark brown. It's like burnt sienna, I think. You to get more brown. Just use any brown. I think this one might be mixed with green. Okay. I'm going to wipe my brush off because I just want it to have lines, not the whole thing. Leave white behind. Oh no, I should have let that red. I'm gonna leave that because I have to let the red dry first. See, it's bleeding into the other one. All right. Oh, red. This top here is also red. Right into the railing. This is red. This dot here is red. There. Okay, and the door is red. And this door is much too big, I think, but it's gonna be red. Maybe it's not too big. I'm gonna leave it red like that. And put it darker after because it's right behind the lighthouse. It's gotta be dark. This here is like all rocky, so I'm just gonna put like shake my hand and make like rock lines. Like, you know, you have to shake your hand like funny way, just a crackly lackly. Here, and I can't have my hand here because it's hiding the shade, making shade. This here has like a rabar, that, and then it comes down like that. This is that brown. Go into the side here. Wow, it's dark. Add some water in there. It's gonna be dark. Brown and make crackly lines. Actually, wipe the brush off and put some light brown into this whole thing. Goodness, my last video was 30 minutes. This one's already 30 minutes. I'm not even anywhere close to being done. Actually, I'm not far. I'll get some more brown. This is a very detailed painting. This here. Go get some of that red from earlier because the roof is red. Wet it in this part here. I left a little white line. Just add some brown in my door. Just make it very dark. Later I'll fix the I should probably check my turns. Okay, now I get some brown. This had do a brown line here. Okay, and then pull it down. Look dirty coming off. Going with the shape of the building. Oh. There, I'm making lines. Gosh, I keep forgetting to look at the camera. Alright, now that the red's dry, I'm going to take my brown. Okay, so there's red here, but if I put my brown into it, you won't even see that much that there's red. I'll add a lot more brown because it's darker. Okay, and then I'm going to wipe, just dab it off to get all that water out. And I'm going to put my brush sideways. Make sure it doesn't have much water in it. Oh, see, too much water because it's not doing the effect I want. And not enough paint. Grab brown. Just want it to have like patchy colors. Sky will be dark behind it, so it'll pop out. And up here is that brown and brown and a brown line. Brown. This is also brown. Whatever it is. Old window maybe. Alright, now I'm going to take my small paintbrush. I'll go into my black. Squeeze the water in there. And then stir it. I got to refill my black, but there's still plenty in there. So I'm going to get my black really dark. So you mix for a long time to get lots of black into the water. And very gently mix also some brown in it because I don't want it too black in my windows. So you've got some brown and some black. Do windows. So very gently, you can make your square. Here, let me zoom here. And, whoa, sorry, focus. Okay. Now, do your square around the inside of the window. All the way up to the edge here. And then paint inside. So there's no white square around it. It's just the three sides. So here, with your small paintbrush, you do a line here, there, gently. And here. You have to make sure that that red is dry, or else it's going to seep into the window. So I want more black, more brown. Always be making more. Dab some into there, make it darker. They're not exactly the same size. It's okay, nothing's perfect. No watercolor's perfect. Well, some are. So color that in. See, that's too brown for me. So I'm going to add a bit more black into my brown. Dab it in there, it'll follow the water. Okay, now, oh man, I'm splashing on my paper. I'm gonna turn it upside down because I don't feel like putting my hand into it. Oh, look what I did. Hit my pole. Wipe that off. It's okay. Now here, do the same thing. These little dots will just look like imperfections in the building. Okay, here. I think this is I might just make part 1 and part 2 of this video because this is maybe too long for Pinterest or YouTube, I'm not sure. And for people. Part 1, part 2. Do one today, one tomorrow. Okay, so, oh, and here's a window right here. Do this part. On. And then you paint the inside. Okay, now let's see. I'm gonna turn it around. There, you got your windows. I'll zoom out. There. Good for now. I think this will just be part 1 of the video. Alright, so that's enough for today. 37 minutes, and we will continue into another video part.